Hello everyone, I am RexRed and I am back with an awesome Ez3DTv tutorial today. We are going to be exploring learning how to use Hedge Maker in DAZ Studio. And as soon as I saw this program, I said, I have got to have this program. And so I went into the DAZ store. And we're going to go here, and I looked up Hedge Maker to see if it was like on sale, and it wasn't, but I think it is now. Let's go here. Hedge Maker. I have some people outside that are having a discussion. It won't last that long, but they're down a couple of lights down out on the street talking up a storm, which that's what people do, you know? So there's nothing wrong with that. But I could close my window, but it's kind of warm out. Okay. All right. So I don't expect that I will be competing with that for too much longer, but we'll see. This is plug-in accelerated DAZ Studio script. Okay, so let's hope this actually does work. Now, I don't know when this came out, and what's really odd is that I missed it. I just didn't realize that this was even a program. Now, there is, I believe, in all of YouTube, there is one tutorial for this, and it's not a bad tutorial. It's a pretty good tutorial. So that's what kind of gave me an idea how to use this. But we're going to look into just using it today and seeing how it works. Now, I don't even know where it is on my computer and how to use it. I haven't even tried to use it yet because I just bought it like yesterday. So it is on sale right now, people. So if you would like to buy it, I would say now is the time. Okay. Now, I can't recommend the product yet because welcome Angus, welcome to the tutorial today. Very nice to have you here. Very nice. We are going to be working with Hedge Maker, but we're going to take Hedge Maker. See, I've already kind of got it planned out what I want to do. And when I look through all of these particular, now that's kind of nice, the pentagram with flowers. So, when I look through all these examples, I don't really see anything that's going similar to what I have in my mind. Now, this is the help file. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4. If it's only 4 pages, we may actually go through it, okay? And so what we're seeing, see these hedges here? This is what this program does, okay? Is it creates, it's like actually amazing. It also, you can scatter anything within reason, okay? Now what they did was they just drew a line here and said, okay, I want you to scatter these items along there, generate masks that work with ultra scenery for ultra scatter. So it scattered this along here. It looks like they did more than that. They scattered a lot. They scattered these signs. They scattered the little crisscross X things. They scattered the chicken wire here, I believe, or the barbed wire, and they scattered these rocks. So, yeah, and they may have even done something, scattered a few things along here with the trees and all. So I'm not sure exactly, but this is what we're going to work on today. And so here, without too much introduction, we're going to look and see if we can find this scatter program. And this is called Hedge Maker. Default. And here it is. We are lucky. We just got it right there. Documents, okay? The manual. Why not open this up? It might save us a little bit of time in trying to... Table of contents. Please tell me there's only 4 pages. There's more than 4. Okay. We have, how many pages? How many pages? 1, 2... Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3. Okay, 4, 5, 6. I see it's going so fast. 18. Okay, 6. It says 25, 20 pages, I guess. So that's a lot of pages for us to go through. But hey, why not? Let's do this. Let's learn this program inside and out. Some of the things we can probably skip over. So, building the first hedge, a quick note on HM set builder. Oh, okay. So there are some things that are part of this. It has a Hedge Maker set builder. Okay, I'm going to go close this window because it's maybe not bothering you, but the constant loud voices are bothering me. Just a moment. It's quiet now. Okay. All right. This is a Hedge Maker set builder. Building a summer dirt road, bending it the right way. Art, welcome, welcome. We are working with Hedge Maker today, and I didn't even know Hedge Maker existed until a couple of days ago. Martin Frost. I might as well give Martin Frost a shout out here. Let's open this. And Martin Frost has a product in the Daz store that just came out a couple of days ago. Excuse me. All right. And so it is here. And hedgerow kit builder, and it kind of implies that a hedgerow kit bundle. Excuse me, that didn't say builder. I don't believe. Now I've got to go back here. I don't think it'll be here because when you go back, Daz, you need to fix that. It's like okay, it says here. Up here, it says hide items I own. Well, it's unchecked, but they're still hidden. When you go back, it should, still remember this setting. It doesn't, okay? So we have to turn it on again and off again, like that. And then it will be here, okay? So, okay, it doesn't say builder. It says bundle. So hedgerow kit bundle. And it's $19.95. I thought this was expensive, okay, but so I put it in my cart, and it said that it was $19.15. It didn't give me any kind of other $35 for these 2 packs of plants. And as you can see there, these, it's, I don't know. I now own this, but you get quite, there was a freebie alphabet hedges in Renderosity store not too long ago. Ed London, is Ed here? Are currently watching Sacred Sage on YouTube. Okay, well, you can, my channel will be here when you have time. There was a freebie alphabet. Okay, I'm going to worry when I see a Daz asset called Spring Clean for the May Queen. Hedgerow joke from Led Zeppelin's Stairway to Heaven. That's funny. Very, very good. I have a Led Zeppelin video. If you look up I put Lord of the Rings to Stairway to Heaven. If you look up Stairway to Heaven or Lord of the Rings and look up RexRed, you'll find it on YouTube. So I was the very first person in the entire universe to put Led Zeppelin to Lord of the Rings. Led Zeppelin's Stairway to Heaven. There were some Led Zeppelin songs that had been put to Lord of the Rings videos, but Stairway to Heaven had not been done it, and I don't believe anybody's put Lord of the Rings Stairway to Heaven together quite like I have. So yeah, you will find that there. Now, I think I'm in kind of a weird position here, and I think I've got to go to my head here and bring this up, my head up, because I have a tendency when it's like this. We'll go back to all scene. Okay, I think that's a little better. Okay, so, but, you know, now that I see this product, there's like each one of these took a lot of work to make, and you have a bunch of, well, this is the same thing, but just kind of in the clay thing. I don't know if that's like the same thing too. And then this is like the same thing, but just in the clay kind of look. So a lot of work went into this, okay? So I'm poor, and so I can't, and that is the whole thing about me, is that I'm like really poor. And then there's this plant pack that comes, so they come both together in the bundle. And what's really nice is you can take these and put them together, and they're going to look like a kind of a messy group of hedges. Ah, very nice. That I worked really hard on that. That's 3 episodes, the trilogy of. So I had to go through 6 hours worth of Lord of the Rings to find those 5 minutes worth of clips. Yeah, so that was quite a job. And all right, so we have this, and then we have these. So this is all Martin's work. Just goes without saying that it is just the most beautiful plant work in Daz Studio. But down here he mentions Code 66's Hedge Maker, and I had, you know, it's like when I click on this, I really wish Daz would give us, you know, the date of when these things came out, you know. It's just, I'd like to know if this is, how did I miss this? How in the heck? Now, you know, if it came, it's $35. Now, when it first came out, if it was like $30 or even $25, I might not have bought it and said, but, you know, how did I miss this? I had no idea this existed. And so, here we are. We are going to go back to this manual. We have a quick note on HM Set Builder, building a summer dirt road, bending it the right way. Yeah, I got the docs page to find. So so as if I didn't have enough to get the current render. I'm watching it, looking good, Rex. All right, awesome. You know, look, it's amazing how few views that has, you know. So it's just, yeah, and I've had that, but actually I've uploaded that a few times to YouTube. At one point that was on another page, had couple thousand views. It's just never done well, that Lord of the Rings never done well. And it's like you would think it would have gone like viral overnight, it hasn't. And that just kind of shows how hard I have to work on YouTube to get the same kind of thing that other people who kind of slap stuff together in a kind of crappy way. And it just goes blah. It goes like millions of people. And, that's probably one of the greatest pieces of work that I've ever done, that video. And if you notice on that same channel, I've got, Superman, I've got a bunch of other videos there. So, and they're all doing, it's like it doesn't even exist to YouTube and to their algorithm and all of that. And it's like, really? Really? Okay. I see. And, and it kind of discourages somebody when they know, I know the value of that video. I know that that is probably one of the best things I've ever made in my life, And it was a lot of work squeezing that video out at a time when most computers couldn't even do HD, All right, so building a dirt road onto a ground, building a wide complex hedge on a ground, building a hedge over multiple grounds, generating a hedge mask, opening and regenerate a hedge, layer rotation, and special settings. Okay, 2 ways of mixing props. Let's see. Creating the first Hedge Maker set, creating a mixed Hedge Maker set, Hedge Maker sets with non-installed props. Okay, Hedge Maker HM set builder for PAs. Okay, technical, how does layer diversity work? Okay, introduction. Just a moment. Thank you for purchasing Hedge Maker. Now it's time for you to learn how to use the product and how to take advantage of features it provides. This manual is divided into 2 sections. The first section is about Hedge Maker, and the first section is about Hedge Maker, and the second section is about Hedge Maker Builder. Okay, so it looks like we've got 4 scripts here, or items in Hedge Maker. We have the manual, we have Hedge Maker Builder. This is very exciting to me. Okay. Okay, you literally got to go to the docs, okay? Again, part of my bitching of the dads, they don't follow consistency in their asset numbering. I just found out they hired Tempesta 3D as a PA. I have about 10 of Lori's assets from Renderosity. Yeah, I have a bunch of assets. The thing is Art, Tempesta's stuff in the Daz store will be much more affordable than they were in the Render. I have found that buying Daz has brought a bunch of people over from Renderosity, and their stuff in the Daz store is much more affordable, like half the price of what it. And I'm not exaggerating. It's half the price of what it was in the Renderosity store. And the reason why Daz could convince these artists to cut the prices in half was because Daz will sell a lot more of their products than Renderosity was doing. So we can thank Daz for getting us a bunch more content at reasonable prices. And, I hate to say that because I really love to support. I loved the idea of Renderosity being there, and Renderosity is hurting so bad that when they're hanging on by a thread and they're cranking the price up of their stuff, and I just couldn't afford to buy it. It just sat there because it's like, no, I can't. I can't spend $15 for that 10-year-old hair cap. I just can't. Hair product, I just can't bring myself to do it when I can go in the Daz store and they're putting out brand new stuff and I'm getting it for $8, you know, or $6. So, yeah, I'm sad about that. That Renderosity is hurting so bad that they had to crank up their prices, and that just made things worse. And then they have this sale, and it says like 50% off sale, and it's like $15. You know, it's like, no, I just can't. I can't do it. I'm too poor. You know, I've got Lord of the Rings videos that I don't make any money for that took me several days to make, you know, of watching the entire trilogy 4 times over to make it, you know. And so, yeah, also it could just sit there for years and years and get a few hundred views, you know. So YouTube could just literally squelch it. That's what they did. So, and that's what they've continued to do to my video mashups. So, all right, Hedge Maker Scroll. They've come through in other ways. YouTube, it's their company, and they can promote who they want, and that's, you know, that's their right, I guess. You know, it's their right to do it. And so at this point, they're kind of promoting me, not like they have in the past, but they're promoting me pretty well. So, Hedge Maker sets. It comes with a collection of predefined Hedge Maker sets, but if you do not have installed the product used in those sets, they will not show up, and therefore you might need to create your own sets to be able to follow examples given in the Hedge Maker section of the manual. Okay, so I may not own some of these sets. I kind of have an idea of what they are, and I think some of them may be sets that are 3-to-light. Editing notes. You might see some differences in the GUI screenshots in this manual and the actual script you have. This will be explained as things accidentally evolve during the writing of the manual. Okay. Before we start Hedge Maker, we need okay, Hedge Maker 1.0 Hedge Maker. Before we start the Hedge Maker, we need to add at least 2 HM sign poles to the scene. Important to remember, never use the duplicate command in Daz Studio to create a new sign pole. Okay, that's good to know. Always, I repeat, always, did I make myself clear, drag a new HM sign pole from the content library or the Smart Content tab. The reason for this, you will see when you add your first HM sign pole to the scene, or really when you add the second one. When added to the scene, the HM sign pole will check how many sign poles there are in the scene and then number the newly added HM sign pole to match the sequence. You can have up to 35 HM sign poles in the scene, and they will be numbered 1 through 9. Okay, see, I was thinking about this. 35 is a lot, okay? So I think that is a very comfortable amount, and I may later on say, oh, I may get in touch with them and say, how come you can't make it 50, you know, or something like that. But I think 35 is going to be a perfect amount. They will be named 1 through 9. After that, A through Z. Okay, so 1 through 9 and then A through Z. So 1 through 9 will have numbers, okay? So there's no 0, okay? And A through Z. The HM sign poles are only, you just know that the 1 through 9 comes before the numbers. That the numbers come before the letters. The HM, consecutively, the HM sign poles are only one of the key elements of this product. The vital part, which is what you will use to build your hedges, flower beds, roads, or whatever your imagination tells you to make. This is very exciting. Building the first hedge. To follow this example straight out of the box, you need to have the two following products installed on your system. Nature Bushes Pack 1, okay? And see, I don't think these nature bushes are iRay. And so I have some of them, I think, but I think I have them all. So this is an old product, okay? Nature Bushes Pack 1. See, I do own this, okay? We go in here, we look at this, and you see I don't see it. They do have DUF files, surprisingly, and they have 4K textures on them. That's bringing props open, run off the plants. Okay, beautiful. 6. Such numbers make it possible more variety of vegetation on the ground as a bonus set. Okay, and when I click on this, now you see there's no iRay here. Nothing says iRay here. Nothing says iRay like iRay. Okay, so our land is beautiful. Nature. 6 plant further each kind. Okay, so welcome, Dean Rockboy Gaming. Welcome to our tutorial today. Very nice to have you here. Very nice. We are working with this product called Hedge Maker. So we go into here and we go and do a search now. Okay, I'm going to go to all files. All right, now look, it's given us some rocks. Hedge Maker Mesh Merger. Okay, now this is going to be interesting. Okay, because we're going to be putting we're taking this Hedge Maker way into the present. We're going to be putting these hedges on Ultra Scenery 2 terrain. So we're going to be generating, because we're not going to just be following through the tutorial. That wouldn't, that's not bad. It's not a bad way to learn, but we're going to just jump out of this. So what I would like to do is this, and this. And this sign pole. Why do we have 2 of these? Oh, one is the materials for the sign pole. I don't think we're going to worry about that. Planter engine. Okay. BC store files. Hedge Maker. I'm not sure. It says don't click on that, I think. That's what that means. And I think this planter engine, that's another one. A while back when things were made like that, they used to put things in here that had to be there, and I think Daz may have fixed that. Boy. Welcome, people. Art. Can you draw me animation video? Animation videos are not easy. I would say make it in Daz Studio and then have some kind of AI draw it or turn it in. Daz does have animation line art. Daz has a line art where it can turn your images into line art, and if it can turn your images into line art, it can turn sequences of images into line art. So that would be the way I would go, okay, is to buy their line art program. Let's go here, line art. It's expensive. Let's see. It's a line art app. Renderline, here it is. Okay? And you can render, and if you can render one image like this, you can render a sequence of them. Okay? And you can render like this, or like this, or like this, or like that, and then you put your own text and all to it. So it gives you all these different options for rendering. This is on sale too, 50% off. So this is the way I would definitely go because if you have a bunch of DAZ stuff and you want to make animation, rent line art, cartoons, animation video, line art stuff. I don't know if that's what you were asking for. You can draw me, and draw is the word, because you used the word draw. Well, this is a drawing, okay? So this is how you would do line art. I own this product. Someday we will possibly go over how to use it, okay? All right, so we're going to take these important props here, and we're going to right-click. And let's see, where am I going to put them? Let's go to scripts first here. Material suit. Ultra wearables. Okay. I think we'll put it in scripts. Okay, because there's my ultra scenery. I think I'm going to put that in. Okay, we're going to go create a custom action. We're going to go most used, ultra. And then we're going to go / Hedge Maker. And put them in there. Now let's see if they're in here. Ultra, Hedge Maker. Look at that. See, isn't that cool? All right, so now I don't have to go and find this in my product library every time. Okay, I just have it here. In with all my ultra scenery, ultra scatter, all that stuff, ultra everything. All my ultra. All right, so we have that. Now we go back here. Okay, Nate, so because I didn't want to go away from this product until I built that. Now we have this. Nature bushes, all products. Let's see. Where is it? Okay, what we're going to do is put some things here. Okay, nature bushes pack 1. So what we're going to do is put one of these bushes in the scene. And now we're going to click on it and look at surfaces. And no, this bush is not iRay. Okay, so this is an old program, this Hedge Maker, which I don't care that it's an old program. Okay. How do we get back here? Okay, we're going to go back here. Because I have a feeling it's still going to work marvelously. Hedge Maker. And so this is probably, 5 or 6 years old, 5 years old, 5 or 6 years old, at least. So maybe, okay, the fact that he's using models in here that are, and you know what? Even with it being 5 years old, I still would have purchased this for the price that I did, okay? Because I believe this product works really well with with any landscape, okay? So, all right. So we come back here. Now the thing is that I have this program here in my scripts, most used, something that I use all the time. 3D. We're going to scan the scene, okay? And then we're going to find matches and apply presets and accept. And guess what? Now this tree is iRay. Okay, see how cool that is? See how that works? So we can, it's not that hard to convert your 3D to iRay, okay? Let's pull this like this and this. Let's see what this looks like. See, that's not bad, all right? That is not bad at all. Okay. This is very nice work here for as old as it is. Okay. So, but we what we'll do is if we use, I always convert i3delete things to iRay. Okay, always. Anything in this program here, it's by Sickle Yield. Okay. No, this is Riversoft and Sickle Yield. Okay. And this isn't, you know, it's I think this is about 3-year-old program, but it does everything. It just it converts any 3delete thing to iRay. You just it scans the whole scene and tells you everything, and then you have to pick these things out. Okay, so but this is very, very, very important. Back to our manual. Place the HM sign pole like the picture shows. No need for perfection, but this is a good starting point to build a hedge from. As you see, the HM sign poles will automatically select the correct name, texture, so it is easy to see which one is which and which way the hedge will be built, lower to higher. Okay? Now we're going to get rid of this bush. And we're going to go to content. Now, I hope that I can put these hedge things in here. Scripts, Ultra, Hedge Maker, sign pole. Okay, there's one. And let's put another sign pole in script. Now, I just had that temptation in my mind to duplicate it. Okay, so it's good they told us that. Because it's like, okay, I've got to go and put this sign. Okay, so we have sign pole 2. All right, and we're going to go like this. Like this. And stepped away to check my snail mail. Had a few bills, so I had to verify a few charges. Whoops, yes, that was me. Gotta have my green coffee beans. I miss my coffee, but I had to quit drinking decaf. Yeah, I got tired of crampy legs. My I haven't had a single cramp or even close to a cramp since I quit drinking decaf. So I can't even drink decaf. But that's my body. That's the way my body is. Everybody doesn't have the same thing that I have. So my body will not allow me to drink any kind of caffeine or chocolate or anything like that with caffeine in it. It's my body, the way it works and doesn't work, and it doesn't work well. Okay, so we're going to put 4 of these in, these sign poles. Okay. All right, we've got 4 of them in. And page 2. Now it's time to start Hedge Maker and create our first hedge. Yay! This is Hedge Maker. The GUI is divided into several main areas. The top area, the hedge setup information. Okay, that's the top area. Okay, hedge setup information is where you for example, set the width of the hedge and see. This is important, because you don't want to put a bunch of things in there and then have to click on them one by one and change their size and width and all of that. It's nice to be able to to do it here, okay, before they get scattered all over the scene. Select what item to build on if you are building on another prop, which you are not doing quite yet. Okay, is where you, for example, set the width of the hedge and select what item to build on if you are building on another prop, which we are not doing quite yet. Okay, so below is okay, let's open up this Hedge Maker, which is up in our scripts. Ultra Hedge Maker. Ta-da! You are using iRay preview. This is not working well when running a script like this. Should I fix that? Okay, fix it. So it's going to just take me out of iRay. It's like it doesn't realize that I have a fast card. Rex, on a non-3, okay, here we go. Okay, but at Dean Rockboy Gaming, I suck at rendering yet alone an animated video, but I plan on being that good this year. Art, I bet you are modest and all. So animated, most people are grappling with animation, okay? So Rex, on a non-3D distraction, I was recently seeing the benefits that outweigh the side effects of coffee. Since I roast my own beans, I wanted to know which roast is best. Lean coffee, least caffeine is Liberica. Then Arabica, then Robusta. Yeah, see, the only way I can drink coffee is if there's absolutely zero caffeine, and there's no way they can do that, okay? I tried. I mean, I love. I mean, any kind of coffee, even mud coffee, any kind of coffee. I'll drink it. You know, I love coffee. I love it very, 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 very much. So, but you know, my body cannot tolerate even one cup of decaf coffee. And what happens is when I'm like laying in bed at night and I'll go to stretch, because when I lay in bed, that's when I stretch my muscles, because I walk like 5 miles, like every couple days I'll go out and walk 5 miles. And I have to stretch at night, and I stretch when I'm laying in bed. I'll do I just kind of lay in bed while I'm watching TV and do my stretches. And I'll just pull my ankle up and my whole leg will go into a cramp. And if I don't drink coffee, I get 0 cramps. It's that simple. It's just that simple. I cannot drink coffee. So, no, I mean, the thing is, Art, is when the more they roast the coffee to get rid of the caffeine, the more that it has what's it called? Acrylamide. The more they roast the bean, the more acrylamide it has in it. So, and like my favorite kind of coffee is the darkest roast that I can possibly get. And that is the very highest in acrylamide. And acrylamide is like a proven, like every time they give rats acrylamide, they develop tumors. It's just, it's like, there are like no mice or rats or whatever that don't get tumors from acrylamide. So it's just a big problem. And, you know, that's the same thing with, you know, having toast in the morning versus having a slice of bread. When you toast the toast, it creates more acrylamide. That's why the bread tastes so good, is because it has this acrylamide like on the outer surface of the bread. French fries, that's why they're so good, is because when they deep fry them, that acrylamide accumulates on the outside of the French fries. Fried mushrooms, fried onions, that's why they're so good. It's because of the acrylamide. And so the thing is that I just, acrylamide doesn't give me cramps. I mean, doesn't give me, cramps. Caffeine does, okay? And that's a very serious thing, because sometimes I feel those cramps going up my chest, like up the side of my, like up towards my heart, like, and so I cannot live with cramps. I can't live with them, all right? And I was never I've never had like a caffeine headache. I never drank coffee that much, because what I would do is like drink 14 cups of it in one day, and then I wouldn't drink it again for 2 weeks. and then I would go and, drink, 2 cups in a day and wouldn't drink it for like 4 days or 5 days. I've never been like it. Get up in the morning, drink coffee. I've never been, and I've been the kind of person who, like right before I go to bed, would have a cup of coffee, but then I wouldn't have a cup of coffee for a week or 3 days, 5 days, whatever. I've never been that kind of person to drink coffee every single day. Soon as I get up, I've got to have a cup of coffee. So, but there were times in my life when I would have a friend over or something, and it's like, okay, I would drink 14 cups of coffee in one day with them, sitting around and just having fun, doing stuff, and another cup of coffee, another cup of coffee, another cup. That's my life. So that's the way I live. But it's just as I gotten older, I noticed these cramps, and I can't live with these cramps. So the coffee is gone, the chocolate is gone, and that it's just that simple. Even my decaf is now gone, and the only way I will drink coffee again now, is if I could get like a roast that's not dark roast, even though that's not what I prefer, but something that was lightly roasted, but that also had zero caffeine, no caffeine at all. And it's, and like sugar, you'd think sugar is a lot like caffeine. Sugar doesn't give me cramps. And, I have to watch my sugar intake too, because I'm a little overweight, and I have to watch out for diabetes. I'm at that age. And so sugar doesn't give me cramps. So I don't know, maybe it destroys my DNA. I don't know. It could be doing something else nefarious, but it doesn't give me cramps. That's the only thing. So that's where I'm at. There are millions and millions of people that have no problem with coffee. And some people, and the world is divided. Some people say that caffeine is a poison. Some people say that, it's great for you. But I look at caffeine as a poison myself because of what it does to me, and also because of what, like, methamphetamines and speed and uppers, okay, what do they do to people, okay? Thank you, 044. We used to use that means like addiction. Hooked. I'm not sure. The past, it was addiction. I can't remember. The thing is I look at like these, these speed addicts and everything, and they're always so skinny, and their muscles are like all completely like wasted. And that's what I think coffee does because of, morphine. I think morphine brings you down. It's like a downer, not an upper. But the thing is that, 044 in the house. Yes. That's because of the way coffee works with the receptors and all of that. And so I've never had that problem with the receptors in my brain and giving me headaches and all. I've never had a caffeine headache in my entire life. So that just shows you how sporadic my coffee drinking is. And yes, there were times when like I said, not only would I drink 14 cups a day, but I'd then go back and a week later do the same thing, and just never thought about it. But I tend to think for athletes and all that it ruins your muscles, okay? And because of the effect that I see that other speed type substances ruin people's muscles. They end up looking like they're a crack addict or something, you know? And I don't know that coffee does it that extreme, but it does it in such a that caffeine does it in such a subtle way that you don't know it's happening. Okay, but my body is like extremely clean. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't take prescription drugs. I don't do any. I have no mind altering substances in my life, and I just eat food. And so when I put even the slightest amount of caffeine in my body says, "Oh my God, what's that?" You know, it just has and so it responds like it's some kind of. And the thing is it's a water thing because I don't get enough water when I drink coffee. So that's where that goes. Okay, ground object to build on. Let's see if there are some in here. Okay, I don't see. Configure stretches. Okay, mat, trees, bushes. Okay, it does add. Let's see what's there. The add. Okay, so we got bushes and trees. All right, so let's just try it. Generate. Continue planting. All right, did it put them in? Well, yeah, look at that. It worked just the first time through. Okay. Now, the thing is it put these here. And the thing is, this one, it didn't know that these two are the same, and it didn't rotate them. And now when I go to Hedge Maker, okay, these are all sewn up into. Those are plants. Okay, we all just got bushes here. Yeah, the only thing that's not nice is these two got duplicated here, and I don't like that. It didn't know enough to kind of rotate them around and use two different ones. So tree and bushes. Okay, let's see. All right, what's this? All right, so we come over here. Now I kind of wish he didn't have to put his name in there and make this so long that every time, that I have to keep doing this number and bringing it over to PAs in the DAS store. Please don't put unnecessary stuff in here. We know it's Andrei Pestrikov, okay? Pestrikov. We know who you are, okay? Just all this needed to be was like tree. So we got trees, bushes. If it's just bushes, just push bushes and this. All we needed was this. So I have to go through like each one of these and kind of like rename them and all. And it's probably not a good idea because then if I have to run Hedge Maker again. Now let's see, can we run Hedge Maker again? Okay. All right, says I'm in Array. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so it reloads back up like so we can come in and remove this or whatever, remove that and then generate and they'll be gone. I refuse to create a hedge without plants or props at all. Stop. Okay. So, all right, you could just take them out, okay? I see no reason why you couldn't just remove all of this for me. Okay, so, and this is saying that this is our hedge line, okay? So, now, let's go on. Okay, now set any mat type, trees, bushes, and click the add button. The number of available sets for each type is based on products you have in your library. Only sets where all the products are in your library are visible. Let's go now here to the other script. Okay, I'm going to jump ahead, okay? I think it's kind of boring reading that. Set builder, okay? array. Okay, it's nice we can change this. Set and add hedges, props. Okay. So we're going to go to our, I think I know where these are. They would be in props. No. Runtime. Okay, where? Okay, we have to find something first and find out where it lives. So let's close this. Okay, we don't have to delete that out of the scene because we're just making sets. So we're going to find some plants, okay? Since we already have those, okay, let's go here to here. Okay, let's go to this new product. Okay, here we go. Default. And we're going to go for product ID first. And that would be this. We want to go to Brambles. Props. Okay, Brambles. Let's go to this. This looks cool, kind of cool. This right here. Let's find out where this browse to file location. Okay, my dad's props. Okay, my dad's 3D library. Something tells me I'm in the completely wrong props, plants, hedgerows. Okay, so let's copy this. Copy, notepad, note, V. Okay, so now we know where most of our plants are kept. And now there's our, there's that. So we go back here to our scripts, Ultra, and open up our set builder. Add props, okay. All right, we're in my renderosity library, which is kind of not where we want to be. And I'm also, my DAS stuff is now on a new volume here. Okay, this is my 4 terabyte very fast drive. Okay, so we're going to go now back to here to my DAS 3 library, props. Okay, props. And plants, Martin J. Frost, hedgerows, plants. Plants, JKLM, plants. Plants. Could you let me go in there? Okay. And then Martin J. Frost. Okay, okay, we got this one here. Hedgerows. And we're going to take all of these here and bring them all in. Okay. See this, like, all right, this, my idea of this program, why is it necessary when we already have Alienator Pro, which is, I believe, made by the same person, okay? Why do we need Hedge Maker when we have, the thing is once you get your scene done, you may, Alienator Pro kind of depends on Serenity's Gate. Welcome, welcome. Caught the last 5 minutes last night. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I was on for not that long, but I started the program last night very late at night. So that was the The rub is that I didn't start till about 10 or 11 o'clock. I think it might have even been 11, but I'm not sure. But last night, and I wanted to do more last night, and it was late. I was just kind of all over the place last night. So we have these plants here now. Okay, we brought all these plants in from that set, and we're going to add some hedge props. Okay, these are all the hedgerows, okay, I think. Prairie grass and flowers. I mean, I'd like to add more, but I think we're going to stop it at that. Set name, hedgerows. We'll go MJF for Martin Frost, so we know then it's unique. Set, okay. Open save set, delete, save the set. Okay, where is it being saved to? Okay, materials are for iRay. Oh, so it may actually convert those materials. I'm not sure. Trees, bushes. Set locked. We don't want to don't need to lock the save the set. Okay, I think this is where it's going to tell me. No, it just saved it. Okay, so that's it. So now when we go into this Hedge Maker again, scripts. We go into most used, ultra. Last night was a very kind of important tutorial, okay? Because Hedge Maker. Do you want to load the settings? Okay, so we delete this here. Remove. Okay, and then we can add. Why isn't, okay. All right, we're going to delete this. All right, so we have apple trees, and we also have this one now. Hawthorn hedge flowering, hedgerows. See, that's the one I just made. Add and generate. Replace. Really? Okay, I don't see any hedges. Sign poles, Hedge Maker. No plants, no proxies. So that didn't work. Yeah, the last night I went over a lot about it's the whole character conversion thing from Genesis 8:1 to Genesis 9. It's like to be or not to be. Do I convert my characters or do I just use Genesis 9 figures? And if you do convert your characters, which there are several ways. There's character converters, there are figure converters, okay? And then how do you get your textures from your Genesis 8 figures onto your Genesis 9 figures? And is it worth really doing that? Should you bring your Genesis 8 textures to Genesis 9? All of that is addressed in there. And the reason why you shouldn't bring some Genesis 8 textures, skin textures, to Genesis 9 figures is because the hands, okay? If the figure's hands are going to be fairly close in the scene, then here's an example, okay? Milk. Let's go here. This is an image that I made, and when you see this. All right. Okay, that's too much glow here. Legs glow. Okay. Notice the hands here, okay? See, these hands look terrible, okay? Just look at them. Now, the figure looks good, okay? And this piece of art is called Milk. But look at the hands. And, you know, that's what you get with Genesis 8 skin, okay? That is what you're, and some, except there are some Genesis 8 figures, the artists put more time into the hands. They knew kind of what they were doing. And so now this skin here, I don't think this is bad here. I don't think this looks bad, but the hands look horrible. To my eyes, they are terrible. Now, somebody who isn't trained to know that might look at that and say, oh, that's fine, okay? So, but these hands, to my eyes, to my trained eyes, look terrible, okay? Now we go to Genesis 9. I think I have, this one is now, this is a Genesis 9 figure, okay? And the hands, maybe I just didn't do them quite as good as that, but they look a little better. I think I have too much of the normal map turned up, but this is kind of, I zoomed way in on them, but this is basically what we looked at with the other figure. And see, these hands are passable, okay? I might have his skin too creamy looking, I don't know. There just might be certain issues here that I could have fixed, darkened him a little more for this scene. But the hands kind of pass compared to the Genesis 8 hands. So just keep that in mind, that you're going to probably get better hands with, and this is with the filter on. Okay, I think, yeah. And see, now I've put a little bit of a filter here. These hands kind of pass. They may not be shiny enough, okay? Because it seems as though we've lost some of the shine here. But this is with a filter on it. And this was the final piece right here. So that's the thing, is that you just compare these hands, all right, that image with this image here, and look at the hands. See, they don't look good at all. They look horrible, okay? So just, you're going to get, so that's why you might not want to bring your, even though like it can, in some Genesis 8 skin, well, I just showed you more than what I showed last night. I added to what I showed last night. So but last night was a very long discussion that should you bring your Genesis 8 morphs to Genesis 9? Definitely yes. Okay, so you morph the head, you morph the body, bring it to Genesis 9. Should you bring your Genesis 9 8 textures and 8.1 textures to Genesis 9? That's a big maybe, okay? Maybe, maybe not, depending on the figure and depending on how close the hands are going to be to the scene. If the figure's far, a good ways into the scene and the scene isn't really massively bright and their hands aren't the focus of the scene, then it could be fine. It all depends on the piece of art you're doing, the perspective of your camera on your figure and all, on whether if you bring your Genesis 8 textures into Genesis 9 or just use a Genesis 9 texture instead on that figure. But as for the head morphs and the body morphs definitely you can bring them in, and I show you how to do that. the best way to bring, and I've shown it before, but I've shown you the best way to take your Genesis 9 non-binary, non-gender, gender-neutral figure, to bring that gender-neutral figure and put the Genesis 9 morphs onto it. And then you can put the skin on, you can put Genesis 8 clothes, you can put, Genesis 9 clothes or 8 clothes or whatever. You can put all the body stuff on. And that's the thing, is if you bring your Genesis 8 materials to Genesis 9 and put them on the skin of a Genesis 9 figure, you can't use Genesis 9 body hair, body suits. You can't use you can't use Genesis 9 tattoos. So you have to keep that in mind also. So I think last night's video really encapsulates the entire conversion process in a really, and I wish I wasn't a little bit, it's a complicated process, and so I wish my brain hadn't been a little bit kind of scattery during that particular, I'm jumping over things tonight, but I don't feel as kind of as scattered because it's just, that's such a complicated subject, to bringing your Genesis 8, converting your Genesis 8 figures. What program do you do? I jump over a bunch of programs and stuff. So that's how that's that subject. So I would watch it if you're really want to grasp how to convert, if you want to learn how to convert, the full process of converting your figures to Genesis 9, just like on the fly, say, because a lot of figures that I create now, I'm going to start with Genesis 8 faces and Genesis 8, because I have a lot of them, and I'm going to blend those faces together, and then I'm going to use those faces on my Genesis 9 gender neutral figure. And then I'm going to then at that point, I'm going to decide, must I have a Genesis 8 skin, or can I live with a Genesis, or should I just go with Genesis 9 skin and not? And it all depends on what I want to put on that skin. Do I want to put tattoos? Do I want to put Genesis 9 tattoos? Do I want to use Genesis 9 body hair instead of? Are they going to not have shirt and just have like some, Speedos on or something? Then I'm probably going to want Genesis 9 skin, and I'm going to want Genesis 9 body hair with the Omni textures and all of that. So it's just, I kind of lay it out. I show you the quickest way from point A to B to do it. And so if you really want to be fluid and fluent with your figures and converting them, because I feel like I have achieved that now, where I can just at will make a figure in Genesis 8 and instantly put that on a Genesis 9 within like 5 minutes. Take that figure and put it right onto my giant Genesis 9 figure, and then find a skin and just go with it. And so it's all derived from a Genesis 8 figure, from my Genesis 8 figures, but their face and body is Genesis 8, but they are completely 100% Genesis 9. And I can put the Genesis 9 eyes and Genesis 9. It's just a very nice way to do it. So, okay, now this didn't work. Okay, so I'm going to just delete this Hedge Maker. Okay, so instead we're going to go back to the Ultra. And we're going to go back to Hedge Maker, and it should find the signposts. And we're going to check and select these hedgerows. I'll catch. Okay, it's an either-or situation. I only create for videos, not as critical. See, I'm not sure I understand exactly where, okay, I think I know what you mean, where detail isn't as critical. And that makes sense. Okay. So you're thinking Serenity's Gate. You're thinking in the right way. Okay. That if it's not as critical, then you can just go ahead and move your Genesis 8 skins to Genesis 9. And the only thing is, if it's not as critical, you still might want to stick with Genesis 9, because you put Genesis 9 skins on a Genesis 9 figure, and the color, because they're PBR and because that Daz is a little bit more picky now about the skin for for Genesis 9 figures, that you're going to get a good kind of skin to some degree. You're probably going to have to edit it less than you would with Genesis 8 skin, because it's like I put some Genesis 8 figures in, and they're just as red as a lobster, and it's like I have to go in, and it takes me a while to kind of get the skin right before I want to even put that skin. So it's just that but with Genesis 9, you can just pick some of the top Genesis 9 skins and put it on your figure, and you're ready to go. So that's something to think about. Okay, so let's generate population sets. Oh, okay. Add. Oh, add. All right. Generate. All right, so this isn't working. It's not putting anything in the scene. I'm not sure why. All right, let's try again. Ultra Hedge Maker. What am I doing wrong? Okay, any mat type. Okay, iRay. Okay, hedgerows. Add. Layer density. Okay, there it is. Density scale. Okay. Random seed. For tree, bush, grass instances. Total length of hedge. Okay. Stretch. Oh. It's like you move it and it goes up to 500 immediately. Okay, so this doesn't work. Okay, so I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. So it just didn't put anything in the scene. Let's select signpost 1 and try this now. Or let's select all 4. Ultra Hedge Maker. Hedge Maker, make me a match. All right, let's try something else. Apple trees, groves, add, generate, continue planting. Okay, this. All right, what? Okay, number of instances 9. Okay, it puts something in the scene, iRay. Okay, I only see 5. Okay, now, all right, we're going to delete this. Let's try it again. Script. Ultra, Hedge Maker. Fix it. Okay, we're going to go out of iRay. And, okay, apple trees. Okay. When we put this in an add, layer, okay, layer width, diversity, scale, density scale is 5. Okay, trees, bushes. All right, let's remove that. Yes. Let's go to this hedgerow and add that. Density layer, rotation, random, that's nice. Rotation, layer width, density. Okay, how do I, okay. Open hedge definition. Okay, let's generate. Okay, it says number of instances. So this cancel planting because there's no instances in these. Maximum instances, okay? So continue planting. No, we don't want to do that. So let's open the hedge definition, open set. Okay, that isn't what we wanted to do. All right, so we have to go back to the set maker. Set builder. Open saved set. So they did give us a bunch of stuff. Oh my gosh. Okay, no, these, I'm thinking these might be, no, these are sets that came with this. And I bet I can load my sets from my other programs as well. So let's go to hedgerow. All right. Oh, I see. So what we have to do is I was thinking we had to put them over here, but oh, full subset. Hedge 5, 4. Okay, these are actual sets of hedges. Oh, this is very strange. Okay, so I don't know how to delete the set. I don't know how to set lock check set. Check this if Hedge Maker should check the availability of each prop and set before adding the props to the list. Okay, we're going to drop these. Okay, drop. Yes, drop. Yes, drop. Okay, can I select them? Okay, how about this way? That way? No. Okay, so you can't right click. So you got to do it the old-fashioned way. Or you do it drop all and then I have to reload them. Okay, drop all. Yes. And add hedge props. Okay, at least we're back here. Now this is a manager hedge group. Let's just put one of these in. All right. And then we'll Hawthorne. Save the set. It just saved it. Okay, it didn't even, okay, so it put it over top of that one. Okay, close. So now let's select one of these polls. Okay, scripts, ultra, Now, Hedge Maker, add. No, that's not what we want to do. This, hedgerows, add, generate. Okay, number of instances are still 0. So limit set instances to 5. Oh, it puts them there in. It's going to put a lot of them. All right. And it put them only on the one. Okay, here we go. It did something. All right, 5 instances. Let's get up. This looks pretty interesting. Leave it to Martin Frost to dig us out of, to make this video work. Okay. And it's, I don't think our signposts are supposed to show an array. Okay. That's not bad. That looks like kind of what we're looking for. Okay. Hawthorne hedges. Okay, and inside here's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So who knows how much, because it had to like go twice just to render this. What's nice is that it doesn't look like repetitive that bad at all, actually. Like you got this one tussle that's coming out here. This is it's like sort of looks like the same tussle, but it's going in. This is a hedgerow, which means it's got plants, it's got these plants, it's got this, it's got like a mixture of stuff all. But what I don't understand is why it put it here instead of the sign, the sign pole. It just put it like in the middle of that sign pole and then put it here. And so I could theoretically move this around or whatever, I guess. No, I can't. Z. We'd have to select the Hedge Maker and we could move it. Well, I guess that didn't work. Z either. Hedge Maker. Hedge Maker, Hedge Maker. Okay, how about this one? And we could move them all that way. This is like a huge thing. So this program is going to take a while to figure out how to use. Okay? It's not, I kind of thought it would be just easier, but why it didn't put those, parent them to this, maybe I dragged and moved them out or something, but oh, look at this. We've got like a bunch of them all. Okay, because I made 5. All right, we're going to delete this. We're going to take the signposts and we're going to select them. Now, the thing is that all right, so this is, okay, so we go now to favorites again, scripts, ultra, Hedge Maker. I don't know that they promoted it to be easy. I think it's easier than putting you're funny, Art. It's easier than putting them in by hand, okay? Because if you can learn how to scatter these things in lines, look, let's go back to this, okay? Now, notice all those little pieces of grass that are there. if you learn how to do it, you can do this in like 2 minutes. Just pick the grass, line up these things along here, maybe more than 2 minutes, okay? Because you have to keep putting these things in, all right? And it follows along that, and it puts the grass there. The same here. Now, to put that many little pieces of grass along the road, that's hours worth of work, okay? But using this program, if you learn how to use it, it's going to be like 20 minutes, okay? Or not even that if you're really fast at it, okay? So, and the same thing here is, notice that it's scattered not only the hedges, but it's scattered these plants and little grasses and things down in here, other little plants and flowers and stuff along here. And it knew enough to jump over these driveways. Okay? It scattered it only in the places. You click one button and boom, it scatters it in these, because you have the ability with these signposts, okay? These posts, to say these 3 are a line, and then there's a break here, and then these 4 are a line, 3 are a line, and then another break. So it knows then to make the breaks, see between here, and say this is a line, and this from there to here, and then there's a break, and then there's a line from there to here. This is amazing, okay? Because what that means is any scene that you have, you can scatter you can do all your ultra scenery or ultra scenery 2. You can make it perfect and say, I'd like to have a row of hedges there, right from there to there, or a row of trees, or a row of fence posts, or something like that. Anything, candy canes or snowmen or something. I'd like to have a row of anything that you have for a prop. And you can then, so it's a way of really smartly aligning things on top of your ultra scenery set. This is why, so this is not like an obsolete product, okay? Because we do have ultra scenery, and there are other programs that do this. Okay, there's Flockit. All right. And this is another program where you can align things. They just took these little balls and it changed the color of them also. Flockit loaded in default salt position and coloring. The white center or boss ball control the entire group. Each ball is separately rigged and rotates around its own center. The rotary motion dials, and so you can flock things together with Flockit also, but this program is for terrain, okay? And so I don't see any kind of flock here. What's this? I don't see any kind of flock here. Dine for 1. That doesn't belong here. I don't know. I don't see anything flocked. Oh, but you take that dining and you can flock it. Okay, so that makes sense. Dine for 8. Prop group, so you instance it once and then boom, you can move it wherever you want it, have it flocked. This is what Flockit does. This is another program we're going to mess with someday. And then you got cows. Look at the fence. They flocked the fence, okay? Copies, each with a different pose and material. Flockit is another program like this where you can put all these things with different materials, different poses, and then boom, just throw them, and it does it for you. This would be flock it with the fish, all the different fish. So you don't have to pose them yourself with different materials and different. It has a setup with butterflies, okay, and the birds probably, and flock it with birds. And so the butterflies are all flocked in around here. And 7 different house models arranged on Flockit. 1 tree model instance on Flockit 2, and randomly rotated on Y. So you just tell it these 5 trees, and you draw the spline that it uses. I don't know how to use Flockit yet. Okay, I've owned this for a while. This is why I do this channel, so we can go and delve into these products. And there's also another one called Sticky Chain. This is another plugin, and this works with things that are already kind of like the dog leash, okay? It helps you so that you can say, this dog leash has all these little points that you can, but if you just tell the dog leash that it's being held in the hand here and it's hanging from here, and then you run like some kind of sticky chain simulation, it takes all those little points in there and just says, well, the only 2 that matter is the beginning and the end, and boom. Can be simple with a sticky chain parent. Otherwise, you're sitting there trying to bend. You bend it here and it moves here, and you bend it there and it moves out of his hand again, and you bend it there and it moves out of his hand, and you're sitting there trying for hours, trying to move all these little points to get something. And sticky chain just says there's only 2 points. There's one here and there's one there, and it hangs, that kind of thing. Sticky chain is pretty good. So there's, all of these take a while to learn to do them. And it reminds me of this Adam and Eve image that I tried to make one time where I tried to wrap a snake around a tree. And I was sitting there for hours. Every time I would say, oh, that's a little crooked there, and I'd move it in the middle, then I'd have to move every single point around it to fix that little move that I made. And this is where sticky chain comes in. So, yeah, the thing is that, but once you learn to use sticky chain, you've all worked with things that have like a cat's tail or a horse's tail or something that has all these little things in there, and all you want to do is go kind of like shape from point A to point B. Works with rig figures that have node bones arranged in a hierarchy, recursive parent-child. This is another really cool product here. And some of these have like 100, and it works really, really well. Sticky chain is kind of later than a lot of these other ones. So, but this, as you can see with here, this one particularly, there's a lot of them. When on the sticky chain, works by creating animation keys on nodes for chain root to the node before the chain end. The root to the end. Oh, yeah. This is amazing how sticky chain works. It works in animation as well. So, and there's another one. I think it's called Pole something. I can't remember that one. Where if people are trying to carry something in an animation, and you want their hand to stay attached to something as they're walking along, you can you can have them grab it and their hand will just stay. And so as their arms kind of move along like this while they're holding something, it will work like that. And I forget what the name of that is. So this is it. This is kind of where we're at with this, where you have to learn how to use this, okay? And there's 20 pages. It's not that many pages to read down through this, but once you learn it, you can take and see. There's another thing, okay, where this right here, this image here, let's go back to here, go back. Flockit. And there's another type program like Flockit, okay? That's another one like that. But this image, what it does is it drops this plane down on top of this plane. It like creates a skin. That's what this Hedge Maker does. It's another thing that it does is it can create like a skin that goes over top. Let's see if one of these show it. So these are all little things that have been done in a line with plants, and it rotates them. It does random rotation. It puts them in. And so you don't have to place every single flower. Now, I've done that before. I've gone and like what you do is you take and put like 4 of them in, and then you copy the whole group and you bring it over here, and then you paste the group, you duplicate it and drag it over, and then you kind of move them around and rotate each one, and then you keep going and go. It takes hours and hours to do that. And this, if you learn how to do this, you put one post here, a post here, maybe a post here, a post here. You just put your posts along so that they follow the right length along here. And then you open this up and you just click a button and boom, it puts whatever plant you want along that. And it rotates them for you, resizes them. It does all kinds of stuff for you. I just don't know how to use this yet, okay? This is, again, this is somebody took those. This hasn't been really done that well, in my opinion. It kind of looks terrible, but you're the artist, okay? They've done it here with these trees. They've done it with this grass back here. And then they've taken these torches. And remember, this art is from way back. This is before iRay, okay? So, and it works. It works with this. It works with all our modern stuff. And that's the whole thing, is it's the idea of it that you can just take up and line up a bunch of those posts and then have it follow and then just pick the torch. And if you notice, these torches are all rotated in different, they've been rotated. These are old torches. They look like terrible torches. So, but that's the idea here, is this, how this is done. Oh, and this also, this little rock path here, that's another group. So it shows that you can make multiple different groups of things. And this is one line here, one line there, one line here, and then they did a rough circle. And it's a matter of how good you want to move your posts until you get the circle around, okay? And then they did one here with this, and then they did a line of trees. So this is it. This is right now 50% off. They did use these. They put these here. And then they put the cones here, but they have different cones, okay? So they didn't use just the same cones exactly. Add another traffic cone hedge here, And so you have these here, you have those there. You didn't have to place. This is kind of the thing is that you don't have to, is that you all they had to do is place this line here once here, 1, 2, 3, and then notice it's not a per cone thing, because there's a cone in between here. You see, there's a cone here, that would be here, and there's a cone in between here, and so you only have to kind of get a rough line with these posts, and then it takes the posts and it puts them in, and it rotates them, and you can have random. Maybe you can have random sizes. I'm not sure about that. There's just a lot hidden in this program that I don't understand yet, and I just got it. So this Hedge Maker, but just imagine what this can do. And so what I'm thinking, okay, is I'd like to take this here, and we take these signposts out, and let's go to Ultra Scenery 2, okay, add, okay. I haven't eaten today yet, nothing all day. I am on a very, very strict diet, one meal a day. That's all I'm allowed to eat right now until my weight is gone. And so I haven't eaten today. And 7:30 is between 7 and 7:30 is about when I eat. So I may not be able to stay here too much longer. So, but we're gonna change. Let's create a save location. Browse. We'll go up, and we're gonna call this. New scene. Let's call it Hedge Mansion. Okay, and what I'm thinking of is select, okay. Select that. Okay, now we have a place to save this. What I'm thinking of is like a place like this, where we have a mansion here, and then we have a row of hedges coming up and a row of hedges coming up here, and some kind of really beautiful house here. But there's no road there. So let's see if we can put a road in here. This would be in props or something down here. Features. Well, road. We got a road here. Road 1. Oh, there's our road. Okay, I don't know if I want the fence. Okay, so there's road 1. And let's try road 2. Now that doesn't look much different than road 1. But it could be the plants and trees and things. Okay. Road 4. Road, oh darn. What have I done? Okay, let's go road 5. Okay, there's something here. I'm not sure. This looks like a big road here. Road 6. That's definitely not the road to our mansion, though. And what else have we got? Tracks. Okay, here we go. This would be something that would go up to our mansion. Okay, now let's go back up here. And let's mess with our seed. Okay, that looks like it's our land. Okay, let's say now this is going to be called save as scene. What did I call that? Hedge Mansion? I think I'm going to change this instead to the Marsden Estate. Okay. Okay. Now we'll put a camera here. Okay, file, new. Okay, not that. Create new camera from the perspective view, and we'll call this main camera. All right, save this again. And that was pretty quick. Now what we would want is some of these posts, right? Let's see what this looks like in iRay. Okay, we haven't put any kind of thing. We do have a road, which is nice. The road is finished. So we go now here to back to this. And we're in Ultra Scenery 2. Let's click back in our scene. Now we need to add ecology preset. Let's just call it pasture, maybe. Okay. Let's see what this looks like. Well, I didn't oh, maybe. Oh, it's all turned off. Okay, we've got to actually render this to see it. So let's check and look at our render settings here. I don't know how those got all messed up. All right, render settings here. And let's go 1000. So, all right, and let's see what this looks like. Well, that works. Okay, so we have to find a house. Okay, cancel. Parameters. I hope this is interesting, people. I hope you enjoy being here, because I love having you here. I do. It's like having a friendly spirit, you know, friendly spirits with me. Just it's lovely having you here. And so we have to find a house. And okay, we got a lot of things that have house in it. I'm looking like for something kind of creepy with gables and, you know, like mansion like. Oh, that's sweet, Art. Thank you very much. Well, I love having you here. I just love being able to kind of explore this stuff together, and I just hope that I that I make things interesting and fun. That we there are different phases to what I do, and some of them are talking about scripts, and then some of them is where we just get really down into making scenes and quibbling over textures and things like that. Well, that's nice. Very nice that you are multitasking. Very, very nice. Look at this now. That the mill house. That's not it. Very nice that you have that you're able to enjoy both at the same time. Very nice. So we're okay. House. Let's try mansion. See what we get here with mansion. Yes, these are kind of a little bit more, I think, more what we're looking for. This is going to be fun, I think, people. We're going to put some kind of gnarly hedgerows along here going up to this mansion, okay? Oh, look at this, the Marsden Estate. This might work. This is the I-Railway. Merge into scene. Let's see. It's a little too white. Maybe they have a texture. I wasn't quite looking for something. Antebellum mansion. Okay, parameters, Z. Okay, we got everything backwards here, which kind of sucks. So Z would be this way. Oh, here we go. All right, so I can't tell. Okay, the perspective view, we're going to use this kind of thing, and I think the front is here. Okay, which way is the front? It's kind of hard to tell. Okay, if we can get it like this. And over here, like this, maybe. Some of it's going to be hidden anyway. Let's go back out of iRay. And let's take a look at the side here. There's no door here. There's a bigger door here. I think that's the front. I think it is. So we're going to rotate this around 180. Y rotate 180. All right, that did it. Yeah, I think that's a better... There's my gables. And wow, it's kind of lined up also. Okay, let's go back to our camera. And I think what we do is we take and Z, we go back Z. And then we bring it back like this and bring it down like this. Okay. And then we zoom out a little more. Let's see what this looks like in iRay. Okay, I think we've got to bring this. A little more like that. The Marsden Estate. It's something out of a Stephen King novel. Just so you know. It's not a happy place. All right. Okay. We'll probably have some big weeping willow trees in front. And we're going to have these hedgerows coming across, coming down here. All right. So I don't know how to do that. Okay. Now what I could do is try to put like 1,000 trees and bushes and shrubs and rocks and a row of like grass and, or I could, let's see what this looks like in a render. Or I could use this Hedge Maker and line things up with it. So to me, it's worth learning to use this Hedge Maker. Okay, because the hedges are going to a lot of this is going to be obscured. The hedges are probably going to stand up about like this high and come across like this and cover a bunch of this. So we're going to it'll be up like high and covering like maybe this whole area here, in here and coming in. So a lot of this is going to be covered. You might see a little bit of this field here. I think this is going to be interesting. My scene, though, is already huge. Okay. Cancel. All right. Now what we're going to do is close this. And we're going to go into our Ultra Scenery 2. And we're going to play around with a little bit of this stuff. Where is it? Ultra Scenery 2. Here it is. Now we're going to go and select these items here, the grass. And we're going to turn on, okay, back face culling, that's on. Oh, see, though this is nice. The back face culling is automatically on. All right. And so we are okay, we got now there's some of these things we could I don't know that we need like the lawn daisies in the render, and we don't need the dandelions. Okay, because I think a lot of that's going to get covered by our hedges. But let's control R. Let's do another render without them in the render. Because I'm thinking these hedgerows are going to be really, really intensive. Yeah, see, that's okay without them in there. We also have clover. We could turn the clover off. I don't think we need the clover either. I think we're only going to be seeing this like kind of little edge here of grass coming in. Would you like to cancel this render? Yes. So let's go with the clover. And we're not going to be using those in the scene. I can delete them actually out of the scene. So that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, I'm just going to delete them out so I don't have to deal with them at all. And the daisies. If I want daisies, I'll put a few in along the outside here. Lawn daisies, okay? I might regret doing this, but that just took a ton of stuff out of my scene. Okay? Cuz I'm worried that these hedges, the Martin Frost hedges, are going to be massively they're going to be incredibly intensive. All right, we're going to take this this mansion and pull it over a little more, I think, like this. I wish this wasn't backwards. Okay. Okay. Okay, I don't think we're going to be able to see that even as well, but I'm not sure if I think it wouldn't hurt to have this even just down below like this, to think that it kind of goes down a hill before it, that there's space between this where beyond, okay? All right, now we're going to put some sort of HDRI in here, but first, now I'm kind of like scared about putting these rows here because I don't know how to use the program yet. Okay, so, but to make it easier so I don't have to keep going down here and into Ultra and into Hedge Maker and grab another pole, I'm just going to find my Hedge Maker here. Hedge Maker, Hedge Maker, Hedge Maker, make me a hedge. All right, we're going to go to props, sign pole. Okay, we're going to put one here. Okay, see, this isn't fun. Okay, we're going to lock our camera. Edit. Object. Okay, now there's a way to do it, to put them where you want them. Okay, we're going to go lock selected node. Okay, camera's locked. Okay, all right, I'm going to go and find this sign pole, property, perspective mode, find it, delete it. Okay, now we're going to go back to our camera view. I forget, is it alternate? Yeah, see this? That kind of worked. Okay, I think I have to just move it up. All right, if you hold alternate, you can actually put this X. Everything's backwards. Okay, so we're going to want this hedge to come right way up here. Like that. Okay. Hold alternate. Signpost 2. Doesn't always work well, but I wonder if this would work, you know? To just like put a couple and have it go across. Okay, and then we're going to go. So these two will be, all right, but I think we got to push this way in like this. Further. I think it's going to work. We're going to find out. And then we'll put 3 over here and 4 down there. How about that? Okay, hold the alternate key and drag that in. Okay, signpost 3. At least to put it like in the visual place and not like out of the scene, which is fine with me. Okay. There's 3. And alternate, one more. See, this isn't too hard, you know, than having a million things to place. Okay. We are learning Hedge Maker, okay? So what Hedge Maker is, I will show you the page. And Eve, it's on sale. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's very lovely to have you here. Hedge Maker is on a 50% off sale. And if you've got a bunch of vouchers and all, use them, okay? And get this program. Yesterday, the day before yesterday, it was not on sale. It was $35, okay? This is an old program, but it works perfectly with Ultra Scenery and Ultra Scenery 2. And this is pretty much what you do is you put these, see these little posts here? You put these posts in, and it puts things from one to the other. It just scatters stuff from one to the other, and there's a post down here that's hidden, and you see this is what you get. And then you can put another row in front of it with another set of posts and put grass in front of it. And so once you've got your Ultra Scenery scene set up, see what they did here? They put them in around here. And when you go around a corner, you have to maybe put more posts. And I might have to put more posts here. And this is ugly, but it's the same idea here. This is pretty nice. This looks like it needs a little rounding here. But other than that, this is kind of perfect. And this is also done here this way. You get your ground set up, and the trees are also that way. It rotates and moves them a little bit around. And the same with these cones. You put a thing of these posts, and it put cones all through there. And you can set whatever prop you want to scatter across. This is another one where it put these across here. Why you'd want trees growing like that, I don't know. But then that gives you a bunch of rocks. Yes. And so it allows you, see this, all this row of trees in the grass here. This program came out when people were, when people were still kind of using 3Delight, but their iRay was also around. So when 3Delight was still kind of popular, so it's old, okay, but it does so much. Now look what they did. They scattered these rocks here. They scattered the flowers here. They scattered these posts, these keep out posts, all in a straight line. You can, and each one's a separate group of stuff that you can put here. The chicken wire, they put that there, and then they put in these posts here, these crisscross X posts, and they may have even put these logs here. I'm not sure how they did it, but this is amazing work. Now, this right here is a massive work, and they used this to do it. They created a mask. It's It's involved to learn how to use it, okay? I'm not going to sugarcoat it, okay? But once you learn how to use it, like just imagine how long it would take to make all these hedges, to put them all in, twist and turn each one so that they all look put in different ones. This does it. You just put all those little X's in, you click a button, and they're done. Okay, so, yeah, I just made it seem like this would be easy, but no, it's not. You have to put all those posts in, but you don't. You just put one post here and one post at the end, and boom, it does all of them in between. How they did this way back in the times of 3Delight and on the cusp of 3Delight and iRay, I don't know. But 3Delight rendered faster and allowed certain things. So, but can I just put a big straight line of hedges along here and here? We're going to find out. Okay, so now I'm going to go into perspective mode, and we're going to click this. And I'm going to take my little post here. See, this post isn't correct, so we're going to bring that up like that. And then this post, I don't think my hedges have to go perfectly along the road, but we'll see. And then this one, and I think if they go over this hill a little bit, then you're not going to see the bottom anyway. Okay. So we'll see how this works. Now, okay, I might have to do something different. Okay, I am going to do something different. We're going to go, just to make sure I don't mess it up, all right? We're going to take these, and remember, you can't duplicate them. You have to use the signpost here. All right, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this here, and I'm going to bring, just to make sure I don't mess it up, we're going to bring this up here. This one is 3, 1, 2. This one's 2. This one's 3. These aren't that hard to move around. And 4. And get them in place. 4. Okay, and then we're going to hold alternate and put another one right here. Where did that go? 4 post 5. Okay, it's pretty close to there. It's just down underneath. Okay, we're going to bring this over here. 5. Just to be safe. 6. 6. And up we come. 7. Up we come. 7. 7. And one more here. Hold the alternate key. And it put that roughly in that place. Roughly there, which is good enough for me. This is 8. And then I'm going to go and kind of zone in on each one and make sure it's sitting in the ground right. This gives us a little bit of curvature of the road, okay? All right, so now we're going to zoom in on number 8 pole. Make sure it's sitting on the ground right. And it is. I think. Okay, there's 8. So we don't have bushes up in the air. Okay, 7. I may end up having to put more, because they might float in the air. They might not do the right thing. Okay, 7. Okay. 6. Now there is a way to put ground here. I don't know if I'm doing. I don't think I'm doing this right. So, but let's see. Uh, I'm making it up as I'm going along here. 5. Because there's a way to like lay like a film over the ground, okay? And I am not doing that right now. 4, I haven't done that. I haven't learned how to do that. So we're going to be working a lot with this Hedge Maker, okay? Until we learn it. Until we learn it inside and out, and so that we can like use it fluently, all right? This is what it's about, okay? So this is the first tutorial in a long line of them, just kind of like the way I do with ultra scenery. I've made a bunch of ultra scenery tutorials. We're going to keep doing this until we learn how to do this, all right? And so there's 4, 3. How did that get in the middle of the road? Oh, it's because I didn't look at them from the right angle. Watch Rex and Chris on the Twitch. Yeah. It's a learning night with lots of information, lots of stuff to learn. Okay, there's that one. And this one, 2. We're going to bring that one over and down. I am dieting, so I haven't had anything to eat today at all. And I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. My stomach is leaving me alone because it knows that I will rip it out and throw it out the window if it even tries to growl once. Yeah, we are not putting up with growling stomachs. Not at all. I have my new diet. It's called the $1 Million Diet. And I've like told myself that every pound that I lose, I'm going to get $1 million for it. And so, even though it's never going to happen, but you know, it's the idea that it would be nice if that, okay. Well, how did this, all right, why is this all messed up? What happened to 1? Okay, 1 has got to come in more. Okay, parameters, perspective view 1. We're going to zoom out. Yeah, it's my $1 million diet. Every pound I earn, some karma is going to give me $1 million for it. So I'll get a new job, and you know, and my love life will change, and all of these things because I have faithfully learned to get rid of all this weight on my body. Main camera. Okay, so we're kind of there. We got to move the. All right, I think I'm going to leave these here like that. This one here at the edge. And we'll go with 1, 2, 3, 4. See, that one does kind of, these do move around a bit. Okay, but this 7 looks like it's really far from the road. What one is, that's the door. Z? Okay, we don't want to move the door. See, these are the kind of things we're doing here. This looks like it's far from the road. And this 5, okay, we're going to move that in. And back, okay, we're going to move it to right to the edge here like that. And back. In. And back. So it gives me incentive, you know, because I truly believe that I will, every pound that I lose, I will get $1 million because I'm gullible. I am very gullible. So it's the $1 million diet. That God will just open the heavens up and shower me with $1 million, with $20 million when I lose 20 pounds. Because, all that money comes from God. God's got the biggest bank account. So, than anybody. So, all right. So we're going to save this. And so somehow what we've got to do is join these together. I don't know how you do that. Okay, so let's go back to this, all right. Density, okay, so okay. Building a dirt road onto an existing mesh. Okay, now this is this one, okay? And what they've done here is they select, okay, see, this is where I don't see the poles in Hedge Maker, hedge stretches. See, because this is where you group them, okay? Look at this. See this? Fixed, follow, layer, populate. And look at that. That just follows along a big thing. So this is really, it's way over my head right now. And look at this. See, this is layers. Like the weeds are this little purple layer. And the bushes are this one. And then the plant daisies are in front, so the weeds go tall, and then the bushes, and then the daisies. See, and the daisies are a big, like, bed here of flowers. This is massive, people. What I'm telling you, this is really massive. And now look at this, the hedge mesh merger. See, this is where it lays a mesh down over the whole scene so that it's not in little pieces, okay? So that it's following along, and it gives you that mesh to use if you learn how to use the HM mesh merger. And that's, again, part of this all here. Where's the mesh merger? I know this is like leaving this all up in the air. Okay, so the Marston estate is going to get some, but I have to read this manual. I have to take it to bed and read it, put it under my pillow, and just glean the information from it. And so, and learn more. So this is part 1 of this learning Mesh Maker, okay? And we're going to leave it at this. And, if I have to come back and rearrange these and just put a few more here, that's no big deal, all right? So it's not that much work to put a row of these and then and another row and another row. And somehow what I have to do is this 1, 2, 3, 4, they have got to be all joined together, that they are one line, because the program doesn't know that yet. I mean, it could just try to put the mesh from 1 to 5. Well, I don't think it would, but then it could try to put them across and across here to go from 4 all the way up, and then try to run them up to 5 and like put a huge mesh like a Z look, and then down to 8. So, you have to tell this how to do this, and I have to learn how to do this. It's not going to be that hard to learn. So, but I think what I would do is take 1, 2, 3, and 4 and make them into one consecutive line, okay? Then 5, 6, 7, 8, make them into a consecutive line, then assign some hedges to it. And right now, this is what we have here. Now, the posts are going to go away. I haven't even decided. I'm going to probably use Martin's hedges that he's used, and he has hedge groups. So I'm not sure why the posts are showing up there. It's maybe because I haven't actually assigned them to anything. So until they're assigned to something, they're merely their props, okay? So, but this is the idea here, is to put some hedges here and then maybe spooky, try to make it look a little bit spooky and a little bit run down, kind of weird, in a weird way. Maybe put some kind of ominous sky in the background. I'm not sure, but it's a study, you know? It's like Chopin called each of his songs like studies in music, and little does he know that they were actually turned out to be songs. So I don't know that this would actually be like a work, you know, considered, you know, an artwork, but it's a study, okay? And maybe in the end, we might come out with a nice piece of art, okay? But they're studies, and that's the same way Thoreau, I think, Emerson used to call his writing essays, you know, but it really was a book. So, you know, that's kind of the way things are here. So that's what we're doing. Oh, that's nice. I'm glad you like my diet. It's the $1 million diet, okay? And believe me, you don't want to gain a pound and lose $1 million. So, and it's one meal a day. That's the diet, is one meal a day. And I don't eat until Ralph Waldo Emerson, yes. Emerson, Lake and Palmer. No, Ralph Waldo used to write essays, but no, they were actually books. Emerson, they were actually books. And so, yeah, I don't eat until 7 o'clock at night, and I eat one meal. Believe me, I can eat 3 meals in one sitting. So it's not a big meal, you know, but it's enough so that I can make it through the next day till 7 o'clock at night. And the thing is your body has stored years. My body has stored years worth of protein, years worth of carbs, and years worth of fat. It has plenty. The only thing it doesn't have a lot of, no, it's intermittent fasting. It's one meal a day. So you can call it whatever it is, but I've been on it for a week, okay? One meal a day. And it's like, in one meal, I will eat like 2 bagels with, you know, 4 eggs and, you know, egg sandwich, like 2 bagel egg sandwiches with like 4 slices of cheese and 2 big, thick round things of ham, you know. So make 2 bagel sandwiches, bagel, egg / cheese and ham sandwiches, and I'll eat 2 of them. You drink plenty of water, and you exercise, because as soon as you start fasting, like one meal a day, the carnivore diet. Well, I'm a carnivore, so as well. So I don't. But I feel like eating too much meat and not enough grain and vegetables and stuff like that. I just don't know that it's. I feel that it's not good for my karma, even though I could just eat meat alone, like just cook a steak and eat it and be fine. But it hurts my karma. Yeah. So I love I love steak, and I'm a huge carnivore, and so but I just feel like it's not good for my karma. I tell you, if you're trying to lose weight, Serenity's Gate, don't go no carbs. Just go one meal a day, okay, and eat whatever you want in that meal, but don't eat too much, okay? You're not trying to eat an entire day's worth of carbs in one meal. I mean, an entire day's. Yeah, hurt cows karma. Yeah, I just find that it's just that I've already said that about karma, about my karma. It's just that I and you know what? I love pasta. I love rice. I'm not going to stop eating things that I love to eat. Okay, but but I love lobster. I love shrimp. I love meat. So my advice is not to go on a no carb diet. Okay, it's just but you don't have to listen to me because I'm not a dietitian or anything. But I will tell you right now that that a variety of food, just because you eat carbs, okay, doesn't mean all right. Because I'll tell you, if you eat one meal a day and you eat whatever you want, you'll the first day you eat one meal a day, you will lose a pound. Okay, I'll guarantee you will lose an entire pound. And the next day, if you only eat one meal a day, that next day you will lose another pound. Okay, and you'll lose almost a pound a day. Okay, with one meal. But like I said, my one meal is like two bagels, which is a big meal. Okay, two bagels, like everything bagels, with four eggs and four slices of American cheese and two big thick, I mean like almost a half-inch thick pieces of ham on them. All right. And I put them on a plate, and after I eat, four eggs, and after I eat, and that's not what I eat every day, but that's a rough idea of what now, if you wanted to add, say, an English muffin, I mean, add like a something sweet to that, like a blueberry muffin, or muffin with all those encrusted with all that sugar and stuff, or even with, that's okay. You can add something sweet to it, your meal, okay? It's as long as it's one meal. And yeah, high blood pressure and all the fat. You can trim all the fat off the protein and everything. Yeah. So my advice is to eat carbs. Don't try to stay away from fat. Eat carbs and protein mostly. There's enough fat already in meat and everything. Pork. I cut as much fat off as I can of the meat, and but my advice is to just, one meal. I might just have a spaghetti dinner, and a big spaghetti dinner, and when I have a big spaghetti dinner, I have to go back for seconds, but then I'm not going. Yeah, yeah. Well, I tried beetroot. I'm taking beetroot. I take beetroot every day. I take two beetroot pills every day because of it gives me nitric oxide. I'm a freelance, nutritionist. I study. So one of these days, people, we might go in. I take about 14 supplements a day, at least 14 a day. So I do take a huge mouthful of supplements in the morning. I take creatine. I take a big, big huge scoop of collagen, and gulp that down with some water. So I take a lot of supplements. I take NMN. I take TMG. I take the fish oil, like the omega-3. I take beetroot. I take what is that? Dandelion? No, some kind of milk root. I think milk, something like that. With that for inflammation, to cut down on inflammation. I take. Yeah, well, you can have as much tea as you want. Celery is really great. All of those. See, that's the thing is, just my opinion is eat whatever your body craves, okay? But just one meal a day, okay? And not, like I said, not a huge meal. Eat whatever your body craves. Other than sugars, just sugars, Serenity's Gate is 100% right. That's when I quit drinking, like almost 6 years ago. It's the only thing that was left in my, for addictions was sugar. And I would binge on sugars, and it would make me feel very sick afterwards. The thing is that, yes, fat is great for you, Serenity's Gate, but your body, your liver, anytime your liver doesn't know what to do with something, it encapsulates it in fat. That's where fat comes from, is your liver creates fat. It creates it because your body can burn fat. It can burn everything. And most of the fat on your body is from your liver just saying, I don't know what to do with this. I'm going to turn it in. When it doesn't know what to do with, your liver is dumb. It's a very dumb organ. It doesn't know what to do with half of the stuff that goes in your body. And so what your liver does is when it doesn't know what it is, it turns it into fat. And that's why we take things like probiotics. And honey is better than sugar, but there again, just too much honey is just so. But the thing is that with that one meal a day, if you're trying to lose weight, if you don't need to lose weight, just disregard all of this. Don't diet if you're not trying to. If you don't have weight to lose, okay. But sugar, all of that stuff, I think it's okay because sugar. Fructose, high fructose corn syrup, okay, it's the same exact sugar that's in fruit, okay? But the thing is that your liver doesn't know what to do with the sugar that's in fruit. And that is why you take enzymes and you take probiotics, because what happens is the enzyme, a good gut bacteria, a good gut bacteria and enzymes will break down all of that stuff into stuff that your liver knows what to do with. Okay? So now if you've had like heart bypass surgery and valves put in your heart, you have to be careful about probiotics, okay? But because I've heard about them, probiotics dissolving, doing something to heart valves and stuff like that. So, but other than that, if you haven't had any kind of heart stuff, you want to just take one probiotic a day, and what that will do is it will break down the lactose, it will break down fats, it will break down those probiotics will go in and break all of those things that your liver turns into fat. It will break them down into things your liver knows what to do with, like into the most rudimentary building blocks, and then your liver won't turn them into fat. So sugar's not bad. It's just, yes, honey's better, but sugar as long as it's not like a lot of it, okay, and as long as you have the probiotics to break it down so that because by the time it gets to your liver, the probiotics will have broken all of that sugar down into its most rudimentary form. And that's the same with probably things like caffeine and alcohol and toxic things and everything. If you have enough the right gut biome and the right kind of probiotics in your stomach, those things will get broken down before they get to your liver. But, like a whole bottle of whiskey, no amount of probiotics is going to fix that, okay? So, I mean, that's the kind of thing. So it's just, right now, it's a matter of just the biggest poison, okay, in the world. The most toxic poison in the world for the human body is fat. And I'm not talking about fat as an energy source. I'm talking about food overeating to the point where your body starts to accumulate fat. Okay? That is the biggest, it's the most toxic thing to your health is fat. So, being overweight. And so that's why I'm just, I'm not like massively overweight, but I'm overweight enough by probably close to at least 15 pounds. Okay. And that's like just way above like my, so maybe even 20 pounds. So that's a lot for me. Okay. So, but you don't have to worry what source your sugar is from if you're only going to eat like one muffin a day. But if you're going to eat 4 or 5 muffins and a bag of Swedish fish and a tub of ice cream, then you're like damaging your DNA. Okay? So, I mean, that's the thing. You can eat all of the sugar, any kind of sugar, as long as it's just a small amount. And as long as you have a good gut biome, and if you're only eating one meal a day, your stomach's going to know what to do with that sugar. Okay? There's going to be enough gut biome and enough probiotics in your stomach to deal with that sugar precisely and perfectly, okay? And make sure it goes in the absolute right place. But if you eat 3.5 meals, and they're fairly big meals, okay, your gut biome can't deal with that at all. It's just way too much. And so that's the thing is to a strong metabolism is to get rid of the fat in your body, and all of the fat in your body is storing toxins. So as that fat starts to burn, those toxins are going to come out, and your body's going to have to deal with them as well. And that's why if like exercising to get rid of weight, if you're not cutting on calories, then you're overloading yourself with calories. And then when that weight finally burns, it's putting toxins in, and you've overloaded your system with too much food. So it's too much food. And you know what? I love food. I love like pecan pie. I like really sweet things. I like things that are like richly sweet, and I love food, but it's killing me. It's because fat is my number one like plague right now in my life. It's the only thing in my life that is actively killing me. It's ruining my heart. It's ruining my health. It's ruining my skin. It's ruining just my blood vessels. Everything in my body and even brain fog and everything is all caused by this fat. And so I'm going to be getting rid of this I'm doing it. I'm on this, because I learned something that if I eat 2 meals a day, I maintain. My weight doesn't go up or down. I mean, 2 like fairly good, but not huge meals, okay? But if I eat 2 really good meals a day, my weight will just not, it won't go up or it won't go down. But if I eat 3 good meals a day, I will gain weight. That the next day I will have gained weight. All right. And I mean quite a bit. All right. If I eat 1 meal a day, I will, and I mean like 2 bagels, which is a kind of big meal. Bagels are really rich and they're big. We're not talking like little mini bagels. We're talking bagels. And with 2 bagels with 4 American cheese and a big, just as an example. Okay, that's a pretty big meal actually. By the time I'm done, I'm kind of stuffed. And if I eat those, I will definitely lose weight the next day. Definitely. And, it doesn't matter if just as long as it's like maybe 1 plate of food and it's not like heaping too much. But even if it's only 1 meal a day, if you eat 2 meals in one sitting, you're going to maintain, but you won't gain. Okay. So think about that, because your 1 meal a day, you could theoretically stuff down 2 meals in one sitting. So don't do that, because you just maintain that day. You won't lose any. If you eat 1 good meal a day, you will lose weight every day. Now, if you go out exercising, your muscles will get bigger, and it won't show on the scale, but the weight will be gone. The fat will be gone. Okay, it won't show on the scale because muscles weigh more than fat. So now I've been working out with my upper arms and my walking 5 miles a day. And so the scale's like just saying, oh, no, you didn't lose any weight today. But I know I did, because I can feel it. My stomach is almost, is gone more. More of it's gone. I can just tell I lost weight, but I gained weight because my muscles got stronger. And if you only eat 1 meal a day, you will have tons. If you need to lose weight, then do 1 meal a day. And that's it. 1 good meal a day. Reasonable, but good meal a day. And don't be eating ramen noodles with butter and stuff. Eat something, expensive. And you will also, the most expensive, everything in our economy right now has gotten, the inflation's gone way down to like 3%. But food is like it just never went down in price, hardly at all. But you will save money, because imagine that's 2 less meals a day. That's 60 less meals a month. So if you're going to eat 1 good meal a day, make sure it's filet mignon or something really, really good that you like. So just don't eat something that's unsatisfying, okay? And yes, eat carbs, okay? I tell you, carbs will not stop you from losing weight if you only eat 1 meal a day. That's just period. Those carbs will be gone in 20 minutes, okay? Just gone. Your stomach biome will just evaporate those carbs. They'll be gone. So, yeah. So, my advice is never eat a very greasy meal, okay? 1 greasy meal can kill you, okay? 1 like really greasy, like really fatty, like what are those things the Flintstones used to eat? The ribs, ribs, like 1 with like a lot of them, and like just putting a bunch of like pork fat in your stomach. Just 1 greasy meal can kill you. We're talking about food, and food can be a poison. Fat is the poison. And so just stay away from, really, if you're going to eat a piece of spare rib, a little teeny piece, okay? If you're going to eat chicken with the fat on it, just have a couple of chicken legs, and that kind of thing. Just don't eat greasy meals. Yabba dabba don't. That's it, Art. You nailed it. So it's the $1 million diet. That's what we're talking about. The $1 million diet. We're going to save this. And every pound, you're going to get $1 million. You know what? Because, I'll tell you right now, one more year of life on this earth is priceless. Okay? It is. I am not lying to you. Every pound you lose is worth $1 million. Okay? Every pound is worth $1 million. So I love you all. I will see you again in the next video. Take care. Lots of love and wonderful times in your life. And we will talk again soon. I'm going to learn more, and I will be back to show you how we stretch these hedges along, how we do this stuff. You're going to learn how to do it. In the meantime, buy Hedge Maker, okay? Angus, okay, I saw the G. I knew there was life there. Take care, people. Take good care. Outro music is coming. Here we go. And, okay, I will be showing you how to do this stuff, and we will learn it. We will learn it well and good, and we will learn it so that we can line things up wherever we want to in Dad's studio along the land. Have a great night, everybody. Take care. Thank you to Art. Thank you to everybody for being here. You are wonderful people. You are wonderful. There's reasons to celebrate in our world, okay? Take care. Much love, Angus and Eve. And we have also here Serenity's Gate. And we also had 044 was here tonight, and Dean Rockboy Gaming. I'm not sure how long he stayed, but yeah, every once in a while, YouTube throws a wild card in with our lovely friends here. So this is where we learn all this fun stuff and new stuff, like and kind of deep stuff. I kind of pride myself in my channels being really rich in learning. So I love you all. Take care, and we will see you again soon. A little bit more music to go out with. All righty. Take care.